Well, I'm delighted and joined by the victorious head coach Carl Forster. Carl, we're back at Fortress Corwin Bay. 74-0 victory over Newcastle Thunder. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, professional, mate. Really professional. That's what we asked for all week. We knew we'd be coming in heavy favourites, but it was just about being switched on and not turning it into one of those ding-dong games where it's we score two, you score one, and do that for 80 minutes. So the nil is really pleasing. It's a good few times we've done that this year as well, and I thought our defence was outstanding, and we didn't give Newcastle a chance. Apart from the first set, obviously when we went error off kick-off, but I think even when we turned the ball over on their line, they were kicking from the 20, and I just thought our intent to defend was ages away from only obviously a couple of weeks ago against Swinton.
Yeah, I feel terrible picking this out, but as a coach and as a person that tries to pick polls out of it, do you think the first sort of 20 minutes of that first half we sort of guilty of trying to score off every set?
Yeah. No, I said that at our time. I think it was the first 15 minutes where we were completing it just over 50%, and I was frustrated. I was seeing the lads frustrated. We still posted 16 points, which any other week that'd be good enough. But yeah, I just thought like you're constantly on the front foot, so you feel like you can play. And I thought that was just a reminder at our time just to stay disciplined with the ball. I thought defensively our discipline was outstanding, so we was always going to get good ball, with the errors that we were forcing, and we didn't have to create anything in our own half to go and score points. I thought the good ball would come to us if we were patient, and obviously second half I think we did exactly that.
You utilise a weakness, the sort of left edge, sort of their right edge, and I think 4 tries came out of there in the second half. Was that the message at half time? Because it was as if we were seeing the same play, as if we've rewinded the tape.
Yeah.
We saw. What I was impressed with, Carl, was we saw a team try. The ball went through some hands. I think it went through every pair of hands. That's encouraging, that, isn't it?
It is, man. I think if you go back to the Whitehaven game here, the big, expansive, fast pitch, we were trying to move the ball around a bit, and that's exactly what we wanted to do today. We spoke about it, and it's solely not just today. I think it's just an identity how we actually want to play. We want to play good rugby. We want to play interesting. We want the fans to enjoy coming here and seeing a good side. But it takes a lot of the small things and the discipline side of things with the ball to do that. And I thought once we got our head round being in the type of game that we're in, that we did it really well.
It was an opportunity. We've seen the lads that don't normally get minutes. We saw them shine today. Your Costellos, your Toby Hugheses, your Matt Unsworth. They took their opportunity well, didn't they?
Yeah, man, they've given me a really tough headache coming, into the next couple of weeks. We're a little bit light in the pack, I think. Obviously, we are going to lose Cole Oakley for the next 2 games. He goes to get married, so we're going to have to shift a few things around. But I think Toby stepped up well. But I knew I was going to get that from him. He's trained the house down. He's been really good, and I think I've said enough good things about him in the last couple of weeks. And yeah, Matty was good. Obviously, Jack comes in on the wing. Horrific conditions for catching the ball with the sun, and I've never seen a kicker put a spiral like that off a corner, off a kick-off, so Jack dealt with them really well overall, and his yardage carries he gets us on the front foot, he wins us penalties, 6 agains, and I'm a coach that's going to have a lot of selection headaches, and whatever 17 goes against Keighley next week, there'll be a couple of lads that probably don't deserve to be left out, but ultimately, I've got a great 22 man squad at the minute that I fit, and I've only got 17 players that I can pick. So obviously, you look at the people that we had on the sidelines today. I think people forget that it's you got your Danny Moores, Pat Arvans, Roddy Coopers. We've got multiple lads there, Ollie Davis. That they're close to being fit and close to getting back in, and looking forward to the next few weeks.
Keighley next week, as you said, it's another away trip. It's they're desperate for a win. They haven't won yet. Does that create a pressure? Do you think the more like the wounded animal type of thing? Is that mentality?
Yeah, well, funny enough, I made similarities of my first year here. We went 0 from 7, didn't we? And we were a good team. It wasn't a bad team, and you're just that one performance away from turning it all around. And obviously, we got to a grand final that year, so. You've only got to look at their playing team, their playing squad, mate. Ultimately they were tipped to win the league. So, people look at the league table, look at us top them near the bottom, and people will only give it a 1 result. But we're not that daft, mate. They've got a new coach in there. He'll be bringing his fresh new ideas in over the last couple of weeks, and these are one good these are one performance away from going stringing 10, 12 games together and winning them all. So yeah, we're going to treat Keighley as an absolute quality outfit and quality squad that they are, and it's going to be a massive game, and they'll be looking at us as, you know, they've got no pressure on their shoulders. They're playing top of the league, and as we know, being on the flip side of that, that can be a really dangerous animal to play against.
Yeah. Josh Hughes took a bit of a knock. He went off about sort of 10-15 minutes away from the full time. Any issues there?
No issues. I don't think. A little bit gutted. I was meant to bring him off probably a minute beforehand, and a penalty happened, so we couldn't quite get him off, and then he took a bit of a knock. But no, he's in there bouncing around, so Eve will be absolutely fine, I imagine.
They're gladiators, these lads, aren't they? Well, we'll do it all again next week, Carl.
Cheers, mate.
That's unusual to say in this league.
Yeah, no, it's nice to get a bit of consistency. We've got two really tough games coming up. Two of the toughest, mate. So, but these are the games that we want to play, we want to enjoy, and I'll be preparing for tonight, tomorrow morning.
We'll see you next week.
Cheers, mate.